Hello, hello, hi. Who is joining us today? What is it? Stay there. Okay. Yes, can see I'm listening to your phone. Hello, hi. Who is joining us? If you join us, say hello, say hi. If you join us, say hello, say hi. Let's know where you are joining us from. Where are you joining us from? If you join us, say hello. Tag your friends. Let's discuss today Mastering Marriage Day 4. 27 days to mastering marriage. Today is day 4. If you join us, say hello, say hi. Welcome to today's lesson on 27 days to mastering marriage, day 4. Today we are going to be discussing something that has been affecting or is affecting marriages that are under 5 years. Yes, a lot of marriages that are under 5 years are under attack, serious attack. That is why I'm passionate about them, because I know that the first 5 years of your marriage is what determines the next 10 years, 15, 20, 25 years. Whatever foundation that you laid in your first 5 years of marriage either makes or mar your marriage. That is why I am very passionate about those set of people, because everything that is happening in subsequent years is determined on this level. My name is Lady Kate Eze, the Queen of Beautiful Marriage. I teach couples how to build beautiful marriage through partnership. Before I go on, I want to quickly remind you of our 2026 project. MREN, founded by me, is Marriage and Relationship Empowerment Network Forum. Now, MREN is not just talking about marriage. We are not just preaching about how you will do marriage right. We are also involved in relieving financial stress upon families, because we understand that so many families are under crisis today because of financial stress. Either the man could not meet up, or the woman is not helping, or both of them are under financial stress. So every year we take up a particular project that is going to touch the lives of the family, not just by talking, but by action. So this year what we are doing is that we are going to be visiting 6 states like we've always done. We are in 6 states, and we are going to be visiting 6 hospitals, and each hospital we are going to be putting smile on the face of at least 3 families. And what are we going to do for them? We are going to clear their hospital bills, those that gave birth, clear their hospital bills, and then get them baby essentials. That is what we intend doing this year by God's grace. So if you want to key into that project, I beg you, we cannot do it alone. Please help us to put smile on these parents. Help us to, to help them to go home with their cuties and, enjoy having a baby. So if you want to queue into this project, you will see our account number, official account number around this video. Kindly send whatever it is that you can send to us. Any amount is not small. Send it and send evidence of payment to the admin so that for recording purpose and accountability. Thank you so much for believing in us as we go into today's topic. And today's topic says the emotional disconnect pattern I see often. So having worked with couples for a while, for like 2 years now, actively 2 years. Before now, I used to do it for over 10 years. Yes, I used to do it offline, where I talk to people and advise, and then they practice a few things and they get value. But in the last 2 years, I decided to go professional in family life business. And it has been very amazing because we keep getting results. We keep getting families to resolve their issues, families who they are close to divorce, even those that are separated, living apart. We have been able to reconnect them and make their marriage beautiful again by God's grace. So over time, I've observed how these couples drift. The moment they get married, that day they say, I do. There is always a drift that happens. Unfortunately, a lot of couples don't even notice that they are drifting until their marriage start having issues. So, and most times, this drifting starts emotionally. Again, not every broken marriage is loud. There are ones that happen systematically. Little by little, before you know it, that marriage will crash, even before the people that I need understand or even notice or even observe that their marriage is crashing. So, having dealt with couples, I noticed that it starts with emotional disconnect. It starts with that butterfly that has been, before you got married, you want to be with him, you want to be with her, you want to call her 10 times, you want to take her out, that is the first thing that is being attacked. So the moment you say I do, if you are not going to be doing some things I'm going to be saying this night, I can assure you that your emotional disconnect will start immediately you say I do. I don't know how it happens, but the moment you say I do, devil knows your address. That's the truth. Because I've seen couples who started fighting from their honeymoon, from the hotel. They moved. In fact, I've seen couples who started fighting immediately they came out from the church, that they just said I do, and they came out from the church just because of one or two things. Even because of the money sprayed on the day of the wedding, they will start fighting. And if something is not done, that marriage will crash from there. I have seen a couple that their marriage ended just 2 days. Yes, you heard me right, 48 hours after marriage. So the moment you say I do, something happens, something drifts, that if you're not intentional, if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't have the system, if you don't have the structure on ground that is going to guide you and your spouse, the tendency that you're going to have issues in the first 5 years of your marriage is almost 80%. So I want to talk about 5 things that 5 emotional disconnect that I've noticed in this couple that I'm talking about, those that just got wedded, newlyweds, 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, 2 months, 3 years, 5 years. The first thing that happens is the conversation becomes transactional. The moment after the wedding, in fact, some people, their own starts during the wedding. Because, especially those that borrowed money to do their wedding. After the wedding, the pressure comes because they are going to pay back. And that is when the eye opener, that is when the woman knows that, oh, my husband doesn't really have the money that I thought he has. Or the man says, oh, my woman is not really the person I really thought she was. And before you know it, it becomes conversational. It becomes transactional. It becomes about bill. It becomes about we are owing photographer, we are owing this one, we are owing that one. How are we going to pay? Yes, it happens. Even from honeymoon, they will be under financial pressure that they will start discussing how are they going to pay back the loan that they collected. Then before you know it, the woman becomes pregnant, and before you know what is happening, everything will be talking. They will be talking about will be bills, children, responsibility. And how these things happen, you will not even know. Trust me, you won't know how it happens, because it will be happening back to back, back to back. Before you know it, rent is there. Again, the children is coming. In-laws are coming in. Friends are. Before you know it, the house is filled up. You will be battling with bills, children, responsibility. Both of you will forget yourself. You will forget that you exist if you are not intentional. So you need to watch it. If you are just, your marriage is new, you need to watch it. Don't make sure that you need to watch the fact that you people are beginning to be transactional. It's just about anytime you call him on phone, you're talking about money, you're talking about what are we going to give me money for food, give me money for that. Him too, he's talking about talking about responsibility, the children. You people will start drifting without knowing it. Number 2 is that both of you will start feeling unseen, because a lot of arguments will come in. And the moment arguments come in, you will start feeling like your spouse is not seeing you. That is when you hear things like, he doesn't love me anymore, she doesn't love me anymore, or she doesn't respect me. Most times men's own is that she doesn't respect me. Because you will start feeling unseen. You will start feeling like your spouse is not seeing you again. You start feeling like your spouse doesn't know that you exist. And then for us, the women, the moment we welcome our babies, we channel all our efforts, all our attention to the baby, without even knowing that we are hurting our spouse. And then when mother comes for mugo, forget it. Some people will enter their room and gist with their mother from morning till night, forgetting that their husband is existing. They will not even remember. In fact, from what I have gathered, most times marriage crisis starts the moment of mugo. The moment the woman's mother comes for mugo, depending on the kind of mother she has. I remember when I had my first child, when my mom came, my baby didn't sleep with us, so my baby was always with my mom in her room. So I found out that for me to attend to the baby, I have to go there. And each time I come there, of course, my mom wants to use gist to hold me. But I was very intentional. If I'm coming to feed the baby, I will come in there, feed him, and the moment I am done, I am stepping out to go and look for where my husband was. If my mom wants to discuss with us, she should come to the sitting room. I was very intentional about it. Because if not, your spouse will feel unseen. And then before you know it, the man will start, being with more of friends, wanting to go out, wanting to stay out. The wife will also start feeling unseen. I am sure that if you listen to this video, one of these, you would have experienced this, or you have a spouse, you have a couple that is experiencing this currently. Number 3 is that these couples reduce, or they will reduce physical touch, or it will even disappear. Yes, it will disappear if you are not careful. That small holding hands, that small sitting together to talk, that small hugs, that laughter, it will disappear if you don't pay attention. Because the tension will be much. The in-laws are there, the children are there. Everything is happening so fast that if you are not careful, you will even stop seeing your spouse. You will not even, to touch him or her becomes an issue. And then for us, the women, the moment they touch us, our body go, they prepare us. Because you will be like, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that. And before you know it, this man, in fact, from the research I'm doing, most times men start cheating the moment their wives even get pregnant. And then when they move into having the baby, the childbirth period, it becomes worse. Because we, the women, most times out of pain, out of stress, out of anger, out of resentment, we begin to feel cheated. We begin to feel, we are tired, and he's not supportive, before you know it, you start feeling feeling irritated around your husband. When you see him, you feel irritated. Those small, even some, if they want to touch you, is a problem. If they want to play with you, is a problem. Because we look at it that, oh, my body has gone through this, I had baby, my body is paining me. Especially those of us that is through CS, it can be very painful. So you need to check if this is happening in your marriage as we speak. Number four is that before you know it, a lot of couples in their first 5 years of marriage, they prefer to be alone than being together. They prefer to be alone than being together. They feel that when they are at work or with their friends, with their friends, that they feel they have that peace. Because at home there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of activities going on, a lot of things are happening. So they feel that the only way to have peace is either to be at work or to be with friends or to be with their phone. So you see some of them, they stay out, especially the men. After work, they don't want to go home, they want to stay out with their friends. In fact, I remember when I was in Diamond Bank, I had a friend that when he's going home, he will park like maybe few buildings away from his house, assuming he doesn't want to go and drink, and he will park there, bring down his seat, and he can spend another 2 hours that place before going home. Because the moment he enters, his complaint, his anger, wahala, there was chaos in his house. So he prefers to either be in his car or be with friends drinking. So you need to pay attention. Is this what is happening in your marriage as we speak? These things will not tell you. Before you know it, is going to cause harm that will last 10-15 years in your marriage. Number 5 is that little issues now trigger bigger things. You see, the moment you're experiencing all these things that I'm talking about, you will feel very irritated. Any little thing you will trigger. Any little thing you will talk and talk. Someone will begin to ask, is it not this little thing? Why are you feeling like, why are you making it look like it's a big thing? Because already you are angry. Already you feel that, resentment. You feel that I am being cheated. So any little thing is going to be affecting your mood. You're not always on the mood. You're not always ready to play. You don't even want to do anything. Just you face your children, you face your child, you face your mom, or the man now face friends. So when they come back, it is about argument upon argument. Nobody is listening to each other. Everybody is tensed. This is one of the things that is happening as we speak to many couples, that is causing them to drift. Now the question is, oh, Lady Kate, all this you are saying, yes, I can feel it in my marriage, or I know a couple that is going through such as we speak. What can they do? How will they be able to fix this? The first thing those couples must do, or you must do to start fixing all this, is to start intentional conversation. You must make out time that you are going to be discussing with your husband or with your wife. I remember when I had my first child, when I started work, after 3 months maternity, I started work. Then in my house, I had my mom, I had 2 of my sisters, grown-up sisters, and I had my husband's grown-up sister. 4 adults in my house. So you can imagine how full and how chaotic my house was. But what we did, me and my husband, is once we come back from work, no matter what is happening in that house, we will just greet all of them and pass and enter our room, lock the room. We don't want to hear any complaint. We don't want to hear this person did this person did that. We are not interested. We enter the room, have our bath. We are going to spend at least 30 minutes, depending on when we came back. If we were able to come back early that time, we can spend 1 hour in that room, talking, gisting, taking our baths, freshening up, before we come out to listen to any complaint. We became very intentional about it. Because if not, you will mad. They will mess up You see, in-laws, they will mess up your marriage. Hi, Henry said, God bless you for starting this life marriage seminar. Keep contributing to humanity, man. Thank you so much for your support. Please share our video. So we became very intentional about it. There's nothing you are saying, yo. The next thing we started doing is conversing on the dining table. We must eat together. Once we come back, we freshen up, we come out. As you are talking, is your business. We will go to our dining. We'll sit down. Both of us will be eating and we'll be discussing. That's when my mom will bring the child. That's when my mom will now come and sit dining and be telling me this person did that person did it. As she's talking, me and my husband, we are facing ourselves, we are talking. I say, Mommy, don't worry, we will settle it. We were very intentional. We started talking about, we talk about the business of the day, we talk about the business we are doing, we talk about so many things. We are very intentional. If you don't do this, I can assure you that your marriage will drift. Number 2 is learn to listen, not defend. A lot of couples don't listen. They want to defend. Even me, I'm still battling that one. They want to tell you something. You have not even listened to know what that person is saying. You already have your answers. You already want to defend. So you must learn to listen. When your spouse is complaining, when your spouse is saying something they don't like, listen. Don't discard it. Don't say, you're always complaining, you are disturbing me. Don't say that. There's a reason why they are complaining. Your spouse says, I don't want you to be friends with this person. I remembered when I got married with my husband, our first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it was like a cleansing for me. Because I had a lot of friends who lynched on me. Practically, they were collecting. The only thing they were doing was collect. After I got married, my husband noticed it. In fact, it was so bad that year, my salary was 75,000 that year. After we got married, I had some, increment. And somebody, a friend of mine, came and collected out of 75,000. She wanted 78,000. I went to borrow 3,000 there, added on it, and gave that person 78,000. And the person said she was going to give me that money in 48 hours. I didn't tell my husband. Then I used to collect my salary cash. I carried and borrowed 3,000 from my colleague then and gave this lady. She went away. And I told her, I remember when I was giving her that money, I told her and I said that, please, I have not removed my tithe from this money. Make sure you return it so I can pay my tithe and be able to go to work. I was living in Aguda. My office is VI. I carried money, the whole money, and gave the person. I didn't tell my husband. By the time my husband found out, he was mad. And guess what? As I speak, as I do this life, out of that 78,000, 50,000 is still hanging. This is 16 years, 17 years, 16 years. I mean, because we already got married, maybe around 15 or 14 years after. You understand? So you can imagine how people, and what my husband did was, my husband started, cleansing for me. Yes, I call it cleansing. Why I call it cleansing is that he started telling me, I don't want you to go with this person. See, against all odds, we must show up. We must show up. If PHCN do their own, the narrator doing his own, you must show up. I must show up for beautiful marriage. Nothing will stop me. So, and my husband started removing them from my life. He will complain about this person. He will talk about this person. At some point, I was fighting it, but at some point, I sat down and I listened to him. And I found out that these people are actually lynching on me. The only thing they came to do is to collect. And I started cutting them off. And I'm better. So sometimes, listen to that complaint. He's saying, you don't have time for me. Listen. She's saying, you don't like me anymore. Why? Why is she saying that? Listen to her. Try to understand why she's complaining. Try to understand why he's complaining. Number 3 thing that you need to do is rebuild small moments of closeness. You see, when I told you that when we come back from work, we enter our bedroom for 30 minutes or for 1 hour, there's nothing anybody is saying that will come out. That alone did a magic for us. You must rebuild that closeness. You must rebuild that laughing together, that discussing together, that keeping down your phone and spending, even if it's just 30 minutes together. You must do something about it. Otherwise, your marriage will suffer. Number 4 thing you need to understand, you need to do to address these things is addressing issues early. Don't keep quiet. Don't sweep it under the carpet. Don't say, oh, I don't want trouble. I don't want case. Yes, don't respond when the person is angry. Don't respond when the person doesn't want to listen. But make sure that you revisit that issue when the person is a bit calm. You can talk about it. Be open-minded. Don't allow anything, any issue you're having to wait until the next day. Let it be a kind of agreement between two of you that whatever it is that is the issue, you must let it settle that night. A mastering marriage will give you tools on how to resolve conflict. We give you tools. All these things I'm saying, it might not be easy for you to put them in place, but we have tools that will help you to build those systems that is going to be guiding your family, guiding your marriage. Because love without structure will lead to frustration. Trust me. Love without structure will frustrate you. So you must put structure around these things that I'm talking about this night for you to be able, like, one of the structures I'm talking about is a structure that says that you must stay together for 30 minutes to talk about sensitive issues when you come back at night. We have tools that we're going to give you in mastering marriage for you to have a beautiful marriage. Number 5 is create connection routine. What is that routine? My husband and I, one of the routines that we do is that we stroll together a lot. We stroll together a lot. We drive to work together. He drives me, he drops me in the office, and then he goes to his own office. That 30 minutes, that 1 hour drive every morning of our life means so much. He's a business person. He can afford to leave the house a bit late and go to his office. But because of that bonding time, because he wants us to be bonding, he drops me every morning at work before around 7:30 or to 8, before going to his own office. That is the routine that we have created because we understand how busy Lagos is. So we don't want story. We have to create that. So what is that bonding connection that you are creating? Is it the connection of talking together every evening? Like I said, you come back, don't mind anything that is happening in that house, enter your room, spend 30 minutes. Is it the connection of watching movies together? Is it the connection of just sitting down, put down your phone, nobody's pressing phone? Find the one that works for you. Is it the connection of strolling or going to gym together or going to, what is that connection routine that works for you? This is one of the things I'm going to be giving you in mastering marriage. If you do these things, just these 5 things today, I am sure that in less than 10 days, your marriage will experience reset. It is a guarantee. But if you think that you cannot do these things yourself, you can reach out to us. Let us work with you to create that beautiful moment with your marriage. We offer one-on-one counseling session. We offer group session. But if you want to join the upcoming webinar that is coming up, which is Mastering Marriage, the blueprint for the first 5 years of your marriage. If you want to join, comment Mastering Marriage in this post, and I'm going to send you a link to register. Don't forget, marriage is like a flower. If you stop watering it, it will die. It's a garden. The moment you stop watering it, it's going to die. I don't want your marriage to die. I love you and I celebrate your marriage. I am passionate about seeing your marriage blossom. That is why I'm doing what I'm doing. I just came back from work like 20 minutes ago. I had to jump in here because I have a date with you. I have a date with your marriage. So just know that we are here for you, and I'm going to see you again tomorrow by 9 p.m. West African time. Let's discuss another topic. That's our day 5. Are you going to be here? Tag a spouse. Anytime you see this video, please tag someone and drop a comment. Is there any of this that I mentioned today that your marriage is struggling with? Let us know in the comment section. Thank you again for believing in us. See you here tomorrow, same time. Bye.